Before I started taking YouTube more seriously, I feel like I had a pretty healthy lifestyle. I was running, I was practicing Muay Thai, I bought these TRX straps so I can do workouts during my lunch breaks. And since I was working in a kitchen on my feet for 10 to 12 hours a day, I was living a pretty active lifestyle, and I also had a diet to match it too. And I was seeing a lot of results in my energy levels and just my ability to perform tasks physically and also focus mentally. And I think it's because of that foundation that I was building for myself that I was able to focus in so hard on building my gaming YouTube channel over the past few months, even though I ended up sacrificing all those healthy habits in the process. It was a bit harder to manage all those things when I added 8 to 10 hours of working on my YouTube channel every day on top of my 10 to 12 hour work schedule with 2 hours of commuting every day. And it sounds kind of insane that I'd be working 20 to 22 hours a day, but if you ask anyone that was around me, that's just the reality of what I was doing. I would leave for work at 8 in the morning, I would get there at 9 in the morning, I'd stay there until 10 p.m., get home around 11 p.m., and I'd play Lethal Company until around 2 or 3 in the morning, edit a video, and take a quick nap before doing it all over again. But in the process of sacrificing the healthy habits that I had picked up beforehand, I was able to build the gaming channel to a point where I could leave the day job and take back the time for myself to go back to those healthy habits and start developing myself in a way where I have a lot more control over my life. That said, it's been almost 2 months or so since I started doing YouTube full-time, and I have yet to bring those healthy habits back into play. I want to say that part of that is because I was still focusing really hard on making the most of the YouTube growth that I was experiencing, because the niche that I was working in wasn't as stable of a niche as some of the other ones I could have pursued, but because of the attention it was getting as a viral niche, I wanted to make sure that I could get the most out of it before attention in that niche started to decline. And I think now it's pretty clear that the niche itself has stabilized and the growth stabilized along with it. And now that I'm in a position where I don't have to dedicate my entire day to making that side of YouTube happen, I decided to explore some other options. And that's not only the reason why I started uploading on this channel, but it's also going to be the reason why I start going back to those healthy habits. Because what I told myself at the beginning of that hardcore YouTube schedule is that I was only putting those healthy habits on the back burner. I knew that I only had to work those insane hours for a temporary amount of time, and now that that time is over, I'm going to prioritize building those healthy habits again. I even convinced myself that resetting back to zero would be a good thing because I wasn't documenting my health journey as much as I could have. And I feel like the journey that I took from being a person who smoked every day for 10 years to someone who could run a 5K or even looked forward to working out multiple times a day while also still crossing off a lot of productive tasks off my daily to-do lists. I feel like that kind of transformation can be inspiring for a lot of people who would like to adopt practices and habits like those for themselves. So I'm taking this opportunity now to document my new journey from zero and share the healthier lifestyle that I was living that I want to adopt again moving forward. My ideal day-to-day is pretty linear. It starts with working out, then eating, then doing work. But the thing is, I would do it 3 times a day. Because after doing like some Muay Thai classes, bowling, and running sessions, all of which were like 1 to 2 hours at a time, I realized that the energy that I had afterwards would only last for a couple hours. Or sometimes I would work out so hard that I would just crash afterwards, and that wasn't ideal for me. And I figured if I am going to have energy after every time I work out, and I don't get energy if I work out too hard at once, then why don't I split up my exercise to different blocks of the day? And since it's common practice to eat after a workout, then why don't I set up my schedule so that I do a smaller workout before each meal? So what I would do is I would wake up, and in the morning I would do Muay Thai drills. It was just a nice way to get the day started. I would practice like punches, kicks, knees, all that. And then after I was done doing that for about 20 to 30 minutes, I would eat my breakfast, and I'd have the energy and focus needed to work on whatever task for the next few hours. Then when lunchtime would roll around and I would start losing a bit of focus, I would go reset my focus by going on a walk while maybe listening to a podcast or some other material that I needed to refocus my mind. And when I'd come back, I would eat lunch and then get going again because I would be re-energized from that walk and be able to go for another few hours. Then after that block is done, I would do some combination of TRX or strength training, ending with my flexibility and stretching. Then I would eat dinner, and then by the end of all that, I would have had 2 productivity slots, 3 exercises, and then I'd have a final slot that I could either use to continue to work or choose to unwind for the rest of the night. no matter how I decided to spend that last block, I could spend it knowing that I had done quite a bit throughout the day already and prepare myself to do it all again the next day. And this schedule worked on work days too, because on a work day, I would do my Muay Thai drills before work, then I would do a quick workout during my lunch, and then when I got home, I would do all the stretches, yoga, etc. And it would be even more beneficial to me to do it after work because of all the time that I spent standing on my feet in the kitchen. And the discipline necessary to be able to do that every day is one that I want to take back for myself now that I have full control over my schedule. I took a different approach to filming this video. I didn't write a script for this one. I actually did write a few different scripts for videos that I wanted to do, but something I realized from my previous videos is that I deliver the content a bit more monotone when I do that. It might be monotone here too, but I feel like this is a bit more of a natural speaking tone compared to what I was doing when I was reading scripts. So I wanted to see how this one turns out, and I'll go from here. The 30-day challenge isn't one where I'm trying to lock myself into one particular style. It's a challenge where I'm trying to upload a video every day, and whatever I gotta do to get there, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Or so I thought, since I'm only at 6 minutes right now, and I still have 2 more minutes to go. Because the whole point of this 30-day challenge is to upload a video where each consecutive video is 1 minute longer than the last, and this video has to be 8 minutes long in order to comply with that. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever, it's got to be 8 minutes long, which is actually a pretty important milestone for a YouTube video. When you do long form videos on YouTube, it's best practice to make videos that are 8 minutes or longer because 8 minutes is the minimum required length for a video for YouTube creators to put mid-roll ads in their videos, which is basically how you go from making no money to YouTube to making a decent amount. I was going to start this challenge by making sure that each video was at least 8 minutes long, but the reason why I started shorter than that is because I found myself taking way too long and trying to produce a script for my first video that I figured let me just start small and then build up from there. I don't think that's going to take me quite to 8 minutes, so just in case it hasn't, I want to bring attention to my friend Larry's channel, where he's going to be starting his own 30-day challenge with a different goal in mind. His goal is to make a video game by the end of the 30 days and use the 30 days to document his journey as a developer learning from the ground up. So if you want to check that out, then I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, and his first video for that should be going up today since he told me that he's starting it today, and I'm keeping him accountable by shouting him out here in this video. So yeah, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Larry's channel. We'll see you tomorrow in our update videos. Peace. Like, we still have another 40 seconds before we hit the 8-minute mark. I think I'm gonna not do videos off the cuff like this moving forward to ensure that I hit the threshold every time now. It's still pretty early in the day, so I have time to do that. And I have a bit of a backlog of content, especially for my main channel, so I just gotta lock in today and do what I need to do. I'll go on my walk now and make sure that I have the energy to do what I have to do today, and I'll get it done. Also trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So yeah, help me out. Do what you gotta do today too. The video is clearly not as serious as my previous ones, but who says that growth has to be all that serious, you know? You can have fun with it along the way.